Drake taking on Mizzou in an 11-6. Drake hasn't won a first-round game in the tournament since 1971. Mizzou, meantime, looking to make it into that round of 32 and represent the SEC in a way that maybe they weren't on Thursday. Enter Bennett Stirtz. Step back three, get used to it. A game-high 14 in the first half. Later in it, off the Caleb Grill miss, Stirtz in transition feeds Isaiah Howard. Right play, right time. Howard rockin' rim. Drake goes into the half up by 7. Held Mizzou to its fewest points in a first half this season with just 23. Not going to do it. Early second half, in transition, Tavion Banks, coast to coast. Drake opens up their largest lead of the game at 11. Mizzou struggled out of the break. Tigers held without a field goal for the first 7+ minutes of the second half. So you score 23 in the first half, and then you're held without a field goal for the first 7 of the second half. Make the math make sense. Stirtz pulling up on one leg, that makes sense. The Larry Bird Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Year putting on a show in Wichita, but here come the Tigers. Caleb Grill makes it 8 points, part of a 10-0 run that would bring Mizzou within 1. So for all those issues, not over just yet. Stirtz, buoyant as well, floats that one home. Minute later, Cam Manyow gets the lefty layup to fall. Drake up 5. Bulldogs trying to close this one up. Just over a minute to go. Drake up 6. Extra man breaking the press. It's Stirtz up top to Banks, who slams it home as Drake pulls off the 11-6 upset, 67-57, to collect their first round win since 1971. Look at your box score. Stirtz doing it all. 21 points, 4 assists, some timely passing. A 10-point victory here for the Bulldogs, who play on.
Bennett, you talked to me about playing with a chip on your shoulder, and now in your NCAA tournament debut at 21 points, 4 assists, and I'm just curious, how special is this for you and this team?
I mean, it's super special. All glory to God, first and foremost. He's helped us so much throughout this season, and I couldn't be here without him. But man, our teammates, my teammates, and the coaching staff, we were ready for this one, and yeah, just that chip on our shoulder helped us out.
I mean, as an 11 seed, I'm sure there's a lot of people that had some doubts about this Drake team. Why should they not sleep on you guys?
I think we proved it today. We can play with anyone in the country, and yeah, we got to get focused on next game, and not done yet.
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
We alluded to 1971, the last first-round win. Well, it was also a trip to the Elite Eight. Not to get ahead of ourselves, but maybe a budding Thursday star there in Stirtz, who was 8 of 11 from the field, 3 of 3 from 3. It all means 31 wins this season for the Bulldogs, to extend a program record. Back in studio, Avery Johnson, Tim Doyle, Joe Musso. Fellas, this is one that we watched, and we watched all of these closely. But, Tim, you had not a rooting interest, I won't say, in this game, but you had a specific focus on that bottom left screen in our green room. What made you so excited coming in, and what did you learn here about Drake?
I think Drake right now coaches everything that's right about college basketball. They still play that old school style of teamwork, chemistry, continuity. It also helps when you have a superstar like Bennett Stirtz, who dominates the basketball 90% of the time. He is sensational in this spot. Drake, 54% from the field, 50% from 3. Uncharacteristically, they turned it over 15 times. But in my eyes, kind of dominated this whole game.
I had a chance to watch Drake play twice last week in the Missouri Valley Conference tournament. One, they beat Southern Illinois in the quarterfinals. They beat Belmont, and I called that game on CBS Sports Network. This team is a throwback. I agree with you. And Bennett Stirtz, it's always good when a coach wakes up in the morning and he knows he's got the best player on the floor.
Yeah.
And this kid is special. He plays at his own pace. He can speed up the game. He can slow it down. He's got all of these different gears. And then when you have a young man, the freshman like Ian Howard, you know, he had 20+ points in a conference tournament game, then he'll have 0. Traditional freshman, but he had 7 points tonight. Tavion Banks had 15 off the bench. Their bench played well, but let's give credit to Drake's defense.
Yeah.
For some reason tonight, Joe, Missouri act like they didn't know what the basket looked like. that is 10 feet tall, 33% from the field, 20 8%, 25% from the three-point line. They couldn't make a shot. But I also got to give Drake's defense credit because it's a defensive culture with a bunch of young men that's transferred from Division II to follow their coach.
Yeah, pretty amazing, right? I think this is going to be a new model, a new sauce that others are going to look at. How about these Division II guys? Because you know what they have on their shoulder? A massive chip. I'm not going to name names. There's somebody on the desk that played Division III sports, right? He brings up, oh, he could have been a Division I athlete.
No.
Could have did this if I just would have got a look at a Division I team. Yeah. But yes, they have a chip on their shoulder so that when they get this opportunity, oh boy, they're going to push their chips all in. They don't feel privileged. They haven't been told how great they are since they're 15, 16 years old. So this is a new model. UC San Diego's using it with a bunch of D2 players. This is a new world order in college basketball. And how do you make your sauces? It's just amazing that the best player on the floor in the versus a conference that was one of the best conferences we've seen of all time last year was playing Division II. He was wearing pennies. He had to wear their home uniform with a penny over it, and they called that their road uniform.
We have double-sided uniforms now. Just flip it inside out.
You know what's beautiful about this for Bennett Stirtz? The trophy for the Missouri Valley Conference is named after Larry Bird. It's the Larry Bird Most Outstanding Player or Player of the Year. And he's no Larry Bird, but it's just to see some of the similarities. He's a smaller version of how Larry just could dominate the game with the three-point shot when he wanted to. He can get inside, and then he can make others better.
Yeah.
And I just love this way this young man plays the game.
Making the right play and playing sound basketball, no doubt about that. As Drake plays on, coming away with a win here, the MVC. I know Tim Doyle always in support of that conference. The SEC, meantime, taking another loss here in the form of Missouri. And you got each and every game live on March Madness Live. The madness is here. Don't miss an action of it on CBS, TBS, TNT, and True TV. And download the March Madness Live app to watch every game, anywhere, anytime, live.
When you need your sports news all the time,
we've got breaking news to bring to you.
CBS Sports HQ gives you a snapshot of all the sports that matter to you.
Big news coming out of the NFL. A lot of movement in the rankings this week.
With highlights.
What a finish at the final round of play.
And in-depth analysis.
Can they three-peat? Tony Romo joins the conversation.
What can you say about this game?
When you need your sports in a snap,
we're bringing you that breaking news right here on HQ.
Find it on CBS Sports HQ. Streaming free anywhere you are.